Welcome to Armstrong High School for Northwest Suburban Conference Boys Basketball on CCX Sports. Tonight, the Centennial Cougars taking on the host Falcons. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox, joined by one of Minnesota's basketball legends, Khalid El-Amin, and it's been a great season for Armstrong. I think they surprised some people. They're 16-6. They don't necessarily have a lot of household names beyond Race Thompson, but they're a team that's had a good year so far.
Well, we all know in basketball, you don't have to have star names to be a great team. They use the collective effort as a team to do well, and they're still trying to find themselves going into the postseason. They're playing well. They're hitting on good cylinders right now. I expect them to come out strong and be ready for this game.
Falcons had a 9-game winning streak snapped the other night, but it was against a very good Maple Grove team. Not really a bad loss by any means, even though it stung at that time.
I think you have to use that loss to try to learn from it and try to just get better from that loss. Like you said, Maple Grove, they're a great team, have great players. To only lose by 2 points, you have to use that for a little bit of a moral victory and come out and show tonight that you're a better team because of it.
Centennial right now sitting at the 500 mark, 11-11, and they're one game under 500 in their North Division of the Northwest Suburban, but definitely a team that's capable of beating people, and they're getting better as the season goes.
Well, I talked to Coach Bledsoe before the game. He's saying that the defense is the reason why they're playing so well as of late. Being physical, paying attention to the stat sheet, paying attention to the keys of the game is why they're playing so well, and they've continued to do that. They'll have a chance to win tonight.
They've won 3 of their last 4 games, including 2 on the road, so they're coming in with a little bit of momentum. We'll talk about key players to keep an eye on tonight's game, starting with the visitors from Centennial. Josh McGreal is one of those guys who, kind of an old-fashioned inside player. He'll take it at you. He'll bump and bang a little bit, but he's scoring 15 a night for them.
He's a big body, using his body very well, has good footwork, can finish around the basket. That spells success for any big man.
And he'll get the assignment against Race Thompson of Armstrong tonight, too. Obviously, Race Thompson's the best player on this Falcons team. We know that, but we talked about him as our key player in our last telecast, so we're going to go with another guy, Devontae Said-El. It's one of those guys that can be a real key component for their team. He's got some quickness. He can get to the bucket.
He is the type of player who uses quickness to his advantage, can definitely control the game with his on-court presence, and he definitely is a great fit for this Armstrong team. Getting the ball where it needs to be at the right time, scoring buckets in key moments. He's definitely a good player for this team.
All right, should be a good one tonight. Centennial taking on Armstrong here on the Falcons home court. We'll be back with our starting lineup and tip-off in a moment here on CCX Sports.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX, so you can stay connected to the place.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
And welcome back here to Armstrong High School. Joining us from the courtside tonight, once again, will be Allie Arlt. Let's go down now to Allie.
Tonight, Armstrong is looking to bounce back after a little bit of heartbreak after losing by just 2 points last Friday to Maple Grove. Now, Coach says team morale is good, but that game took a lot out of his players. He says tonight they're going to need to rely on their mental toughness because they know they're playing a physical Centennial team. Also, expect to see an attack at the perimeter tonight. They're shooting 38% from the three-point line right now, so expect to see a lot of points coming from that arc, guys.
Thanks, Allie, and we'll be hearing from the coaches at halftime with Allie as well here as the starters being introduced to the crowd here at Armstrong this evening. I think it is, when you do face a game that was hyped up like that and it's a 2-point game, there is that little bit of a fear, how do you bounce back in that next night?
I think you just
We look at our starters, first of all, for Centennial: Shane Talene, Keaton Kuznia, Josh McGreal, Elliot Leiden, and Matthew Weifels. They are without an injured normal starter, Andrew Metz, who they expect to get back later this week. And for Armstrong, it is Isaiah Rollins, Gabe Hostetler, Race Thompson, one of the top recruits in the junior class in Minnesota and really around the Midwest. Also Cameron Draper and Saeed El. There is a look at Race Thompson. He's really stepped up his all-around game this year. Great shooter, but he's been pretty dominant on the glass as well, and a guy that can do a lot of things for their team. So you get a look at Armstrong's starting group right there. They've had a pretty consistent starting group and have gotten some good bench performances as well. So see how that one goes. Coach Travis Bledsoe from Centennial telling me that he thought this game probably would not be a super high-paced game. He said they're a team that, you know, likes to control the tempo some. They're a relatively physical team, and he expects it to be more like a playoff where things kind of slow down a little bit. And there's a look at Greg Miller as his team won at Centennial last year. He said without Race Thompson, but he felt it was one of their best road games all year last year, and now they have the Cougars on their home court. So McGreal and Thompson will jump it up to get things started here. Thompson controls it, and we are underway. Saeed El with it. Centennial out man-to-man. Hostetler with it on the wing. Thompson puts it on the deck. Stumbled just a little bit. Now it goes across to Hostetler. They get things reset here and get back into their offense. Hostetler is going to take a three from the wing, and it rattles home. First three of the game go to the Falcons.
A very patient first possession for Armstrong. Passed the ball many times. Ended up with a wide open three.
Cougars look to dump it inside here. Left-handed on the attack. Shane Talene able to score it. He's only about 6'1", but used his shoulder nicely there. Thompson. Now to Saeed El from the baseline. That one is short. Rebound grabbed off there by Leiden. There's that 15-footer baseline and knocked down by McGreal. He's got a nice all-around game. We talked about his ability to bang, but also a nice-looking jump shot right there.
If he can hit that shot consistently tonight, it'll definitely draw the big guy out from the basket.
Thompson a miss, tipped around and put back in by Cameron Draper. He's really been an unsung hero, I think, for this Armstrong team this year. Not a guy who's necessarily going to score a ton, but does a lot of things well.
You always need that player on the court who makes winning plays, does a little job, who doesn't get really recognized, but make those winning plays for your team.
And there's only one basketball, too, so you can't all be shooters, really.
You're right about that.
Have to have a little variety with it. Drive into the lane, and there's a finger roll there by Keaton Kuznia, but it won't go. And then a steal as Armstrong tried to go along with it, and Leiden picked it off.
As you see, Centennial's trying to control the pace of the game, take their time, be very methodical on offense, move the ball. They don't want to get in a high-pace, high-frantic game.
Thompson batted it away over to Rollins. Hostetler will stop and fire. That's too strong. Rollins gets it back, though. Draper whipping it over. And there's a steal, a cross-court pass that was kind of telegraphed, and Leiden took it pretty easily. Baseline drive. We get a push called on Race Thompson. That's going to be an interesting matchup because both guys can shoot the ball a little bit outside, but they also can attack. And I think they're trying to catch the other guys slow-footed a little bit on the move. As you get a look at Travis Bledsoe there, the third-year head coach. He coached in the girls program at Centennial as well. He played his high school ball at a pretty good school, De La Salle. Around to Race Thompson. Looks for the cutter here. Rollins, but it had it jabbed away by Talene.
Nice D.
Here's a drive, score it, plus a foul as Kuznia went to the left hand and finishes nicely for the layup, and Centennial's in front.
Good drive. That play happened because of Race was out so far guarding the perimeter play. He wasn't in to protect the basket, so he had a free layup to go in and take it. It was a nice play.
Kuznia completes a three-point play, so 7-5 lead here for the Cougars on the road. Inside they go to Race Thompson. The double comes quickly. He's obviously gotten very used to that, and he's gotten really good at passing out of double teams too. He leads their team in assists.
You mentioned he stumbled, I think was the first possession of the game. He looks a little ginger, hobbling back and forth a little bit. He's not moving as fluent as I thought he would, but hopefully that will wear off and he can get back to his normal self.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. It looks like Thompson rebounds the miss by Hostetler. Here's Race Thompson off the window and good. His first basket, you see, he's definitely favoring that leg coming up court. And it's ironic, Coach Miller was telling us earlier tonight that he's had knee problems, growing, and a guy that big, it's not that surprising, but he said his legs feel pretty good right now, but tonight struggling a little bit. Here's a long one put up there, and no good from McGreal. Saeed El drives and is fouled.
That was a nice move. He hesitated, got the defense to stand straight up, then crossed over and went right by him. Great move. Change of speed will get the defense off balance every time.
They lob it inside. Here's Race Thompson with the left hand, and he gets his second bucket to go. Nine 7 lead. Drive, scoop, layup up and good by Talim. They've done a pretty nice job of attacking the rim.
I think this pace of the game really favors Centennial right now. I think Armstrong's going to have to make the game a more up and down tempo game instead of just walking it up and setting up the offense.
Draper to the hoop, and he is fouled. They got some basketball, but a lot of body as well. I think the call is going to go against, it'll be on Weifels. And so Draper headed to the free throw line. Even in Armstrong, too, I think, they are a good shooting team, but you still have to be able to, work the ball inside out or to penetrate some. You can't, really rely on just swinging it around the perimeter and thinking that an open three is going to just present itself.
You're right about that. I think the best defense for that, or the best way to get that happen, is getting stops on defense and getting out in transition and being able to score some easy buckets.
Draper's second free throw spins out, and Centennial looking to counter immediately, but the ball was stripped away on the way up there as Kuznia went to the hoop. Isaiah Miller, number 21, is in for Armstrong now, as is Calvin Green. Pull up is good. Race Thompson heating up, gets it to drop, and he was fouled by McGreal as well. Now Ben Iniger subbing in for Armstrong. Coming in is Ricky Eason for Centennial. As you get another look, he just had a little bit of a forearm into the side there.
Come on, ref, let him play. He's a big guy. He's a big guy down there. Let him play.
Free throw is good. Thompson with 7 now, 13-9.
As you see, Armstrong's trying to pick the pace up a little bit with the full court press.
Sometimes, too, you just want to make the other team uncomfortable a little bit, even if it doesn't result in steals.
Definitely. That is a great strategy.
Pull-up jumper is knocked down nicely by Eason, who comes in off the bench and immediately puts one away for the Cougars, and they're back within 2. Iniger with it out on the right side. He had a big game off the bench in our last TV game here of the Falcons against Park Center. Batted around, and let's see who goes off of. It's going to stay with Armstrong.
I think he said white ball.
Oh, you're right. I think it did hit Thompson last. I thought so initially, but thought the players were reacting as though we're going to stay where in this end. Eason might have gotten away with a little travel there as he started out. And we'll get a body foul on Calvin Green of Armstrong. I thought Calvin really played a nice game against Maple Grove on Friday night. He did some good things. You know, didn't force anything, but when there was a room to attack, he did so. McGreal putting it on the floor and then brings it back out.
Flare screen. Oh.
Eason's pass behind McGreal there, and a turnover by the Cougars, so Armstrong will get it back.
I like what Centennial is trying to do. They're trying to go at Race right now. Make him play defense, make him move. Just don't allow him to sit in the lane and be a rim protector. No, they're making him play on the perimeter, and now he's going to get tired because of that.
Green getting it to Thompson, and over Iniger's head, but Miller able to get to it. Way across court, Green tried to go back to Thompson. It got tipped, but still gets there. Centennial's doing a nice job of clogging things up. Saidel dishing to Iniger. Crosses over and goes to the hoop, but missed it. He was trying to draw a foul, but didn't get the call there. Here's McGreal on the drive, called for a carry. So Armstrong leading it by 2 here. McGreal obviously saying, hey, I don't know what I did there, but okay. Now they dump it down low to Thompson. Green's going to let it rip from the left wing. It's in and out. Eason will walk it up court here for Centennial. He's a sophomore. Green almost had a steal there. Spins in and out on the long attempt from Talene. Saidel whipping it down. Miller inside to Thompson. And Isaiah Miller will let it fly with a 3. No, and Armstrong stayed fairly cold. He didn't shoot especially well outside the other night. And this one was blocked. It'll stay with the Falcons. Rollins and Hostetler will come back in.
Speaking with Coach Bledsoe before the game, he said he's going to double the post and allow the outside shot. He's going to make Armstrong beat him from the outside. Right now, that strategy is working. They haven't hit too many perimeter shots as of yet.
Miller giving it over to Green. Quick swing. Miller will shoot it up again, and this time it is good. 3-pointer for Isaiah Miller. So a 5-point advantage here for the Falcons at 16-11. Baseline drive and finish by Eason. He made it seem as though he was going to, stop and give that ball up, and then the defense kind of relaxed a little.
Just took what the defense gave them.
And Iniger was pushed as he caught that ball and made the pass. Weifels called for the foul, and Coach Miller said, Centennial plays quite physical, and trying to bump the cutter as he got to that ball, and he that time got caught. Kuznia will come back in for the Cougars here. Down low it comes to Hostetler. They're doubling on the post even when Race is not in there. Rollins steps into a jumper but misses badly there. Rebound by Talene. Eight and a half to play here in this first half. Armstrong leading by 3, and inside they go. McGreal, an offensive foul. Be his
call.
second. Yeah, I don't know. They didn't give him a lot of room to come down there. I'm not so sure I'm in agreement with that one. Yeah.
Might have been the right call. Might have been.
Yeah. Definitely a close one. Green, you give him credit for standing in there and taking that one either way.
Yes.
But in looking at it again, I'll give him some credit. I think it was a much better call than what I thought initially. So 8:25 to go and a timeout taken here, and Armstrong leading it 16-13. And the Falcons tied for first, really, with Maple Grove still in the West Division of the Northwest Suburban, although they have lost twice to Maple Grove, but their conference records are still sitting at the same, which I don't think a lot of people coming into the season really would have seen coming. Armstrong, for the most part, was kind of considered Race Thompson and a bunch of guys you haven't heard much about, but that's what's been fun to see, that they've done a lot of things well this year.
Definitely have been a very great team effort from Armstrong, and you have to give credit to the coach for that. Having all the guys buy into the team effort, it just helps your team overall, and that's why they're sitting at the top of the standings.
And speaking of coach, that is his son, Isaiah Miller, right there for the Falcons, who hit that three a moment ago as the only bench point so far for Armstrong.
Even though Centennial's down 3 points, I still like the pace of the game is in their favor, and I think if they can keep it close, they'll have a very good chance to pull it out at the end.
Back cut there. Rollins thought he was fouled. It doesn't get the call. I agree. I mean, I think even though they're trailing, I feel like Centennial's played closer to the game they want to play than what Armstrong has so far, really.
Definitely.
Keeps the dribble alive there, and then Eason in a lot of traffic. Almost lost it, but they keep things going on a possession. Baseline for Eason, and up and in as he got the floater up over the potential shot block there.
And that's what Centennial has to do. When the big guy is not on the floor, they have to attack the basket and make Armstrong defend the penetration.
Green around to Rollins. Here's Green attacking and in and out. Nice rebound by McGreal in traffic.
Nice rebound. You teach the guys to go up with two hands and grab the ball in mid-air at the highest point. That's exactly what he did.
Eason will let fly with a three. Wow, he's had a great game off the bench. He has 9 points already for the Cougars, 9 of their 18.
He's a natural scorer, only a sophomore. He has a bright future in Centennial.
So Armstrong, after leading most of the way, find themselves trailing right now. Iniger shoots a three. Oops, that one is off. They try to pressure the outlet, but don't get it done. Here comes Eason, dishing over McGreal for 2. And timeout taken by Greg Miller. Centennial looking solid on the road.
Just a textbook fast break. Bring the ball up in the middle of the court, have a 2-on-1, make the defense, draw the defense to you, and just give it up to your guy.
Get a look at that last couple hoops here for the Cougars. Eason first as the shooter and then as the playmaker on the next one.
Made the defense commit to him, give it up to the open teammate for 2 points.
And I like the way he finished too there. No wasted dribble or anything. Just go right up, protect the ball, and put it in. That's the thing. Both of these teams are used to playing really good teams all year too. So you're not going to be too caught off guard by seeing somebody that can do a certain thing well or whatever. I mean, they played a lot of ball and know what to expect. Saidel will come back in, as will Race Thompson. We said he's not been moving especially well tonight, and see how much impact that has on how much he plays and how well he plays, I guess. Jumper there, no good for Rollins. Hostetler gets it back. Draper down the baseline. Rollins will kick it over to Saidel. Centennial did a nice job of staying in their shape defensively, though. Didn't overcommit. Thompson. triple teamed and loses it. Gonna be off of the foot of the Centennial player though. Liam McGreal was in there now as well, now number 10 for the Cougars. Here's Hosteller, spin, no good. So Centennial by 4 as they hit the front court.
Centennial must stay aggressive.
And we will get a travel call there as Kuznia faked and then maybe shuffled him a little before he put it on the deck. Bit of a drought here for Armstrong. They haven't scored in a while since that last 3 by Miller. Here's Saeed El from the top. Not really a shot in their offense right there. Cougars push it back the other way. The drive, a block, but a foul, and Draper will be whistled for this one. And it's going to be free throws for Tulane. Centennial's done a nice job of, going to the basket when they should, not forcing it when it's not there, but taking, when they've got an opportunity to do so.
Definitely. I think Armstrong is going to have to pick the pace up a little bit, especially defensively. You got to get a little more energy on defense, so your offense, so you can get easy buckets on offense. Let your defense create the offense for you.
Tulane will miss a pair. And so the lead stays at 4 here for the Cougars as Armstrong gets into the front court, and maybe this is kind of a little bit of a slow start that Craig Miller feared a little bit. Here's Rollins shooting it, no good. And the Cougars pushing it back the other way. Baseline jumper in and out. Nice rebound in traffic. And Kuznia was fouled as he did a nice job going up to get that one. Hostetler will pick up the foul, his second. Non-shooting foul was on as he came down with that rebound. And a foul away from the ball, and it's going to go against Liam McGreal of Centennial. He was trying to get position on Thompson, and the referee demonstrating that he really hooked him around the waist with his arm. Team foul number 6 on Centennial. Saeed El attacking, no good, but a foul is called, and he will go to the line. Elliot Lydon will pick up his second. So 3 Centennial players have 2 fouls now. Nobody with 3 yet, but Saeed El's free throw is good, so that's his first point. And you see Josh McGreal coming back in. He's one of those guys with 2 fouls, so I'm sure that was, a big part of the reason for a little bit of an extended break there for him. Second one also good. I think that's changed a little bit, Colin. It used to be you probably didn't worry that much about it until they got the 3rd foul. Now you're seeing a lot of coaches will sit somebody if they get 2 in the fairly early in the first half.
That's true. I think the mindset is you don't want the player to pick up the 3rd in the first half, because going into the second half, if you have 3, the player's not going to play the same amount of intensity as he would if he only had 2 fouls. So I think that's the mindset of coach getting the guy out with 2 fouls.
Bad turnover by Armstrong on that last one. Cougars into the front court here with Tulane. Baseline drive, reverse layup is good for Kuznia as he found some space down that baseline.
And again, Race Thompson had to be out on the perimeter guarding the guy his big man, and that is allowing the penetration every time now. He's not nowhere to protect the basket.
Saeed El shooting and hitting a three-pointer. Armstrong really needed that one. They've not been shooting it well from outside. Here's McGreal going at Thompson, and a foul on Race Thompson as he looked like in good position, and he thought he had all basketball there, but the official felt otherwise.
Thompson out on the perimeter. Good penetration. Saeed El starting to feel his game. He's coming on strong now, last couple possessions.
McGreal hits the free throw.
Centennial's not shying away from Thompson. They're trying to go at him. They're trying to make him play defense. He has 2 fouls now, so he's going to the bench.
Free throw good. And yeah, it's a good idea, I think, what just happened right there, too, for McGreal. I mean, at worst, you might get your shot blocked. It's not the end of the world, but you might pick up a foul, or you might score it, or maybe get a three-point play even.
Coach Calhoun from Connecticut used to always tell us, make the referee decide if he's going to make a call or not. Force him to do that, and that's exactly what happened on that play.
Riley Van Buskirk is in for, or check that, for Centennial, Andrew Nordquist. So they've gone a little deeper in their bench than what they were maybe anticipating coming in. And a blocking foul as Nordquist tried to draw the charge. Instead, will be whistled for the personal.
Saeed El has a great hesitation move. He'll make a quick move, stand back, hesitate, make the defense think he's not going to do anything. The defense will stand up, and then he'll make a quick move to get by the defense. Excellent ball control, ball handling by him.
I think that's an underrated skill, too, to be able to vary your tempo a little bit. And you obviously were very good at that as well, you know, handling the ball and you know, maybe lulling guys to sleep a little bit.
As a guard, that is your best move. The change of speed. The change of speed on any given penetration or any drive will have the defense off balance, and that's what you're trying to do.
I think even as a cutter, it's important too to not, you know, you time your cuts and you do things to, you know, get the defense maybe a little relaxed.
Great point. Great point.
Timeout taken here with a 24-21 lead for Centennial.
Coach Bledsoe said the score and the flow of the game will be like a playoff game. Low possession, low score, and it's exactly how the game has gone in the first half so far.
Armstrong, I think, kind of hoping to get some things going, and like I think you made a good point too, that you know, a lot of times you try and get your offense started with defense. They haven't really been able to, you know, to get live ball steals that lead to anything at the other end, and that's, you know, partly credit to Centennial too. They've taken care of the ball for the most part pretty well. Liam McGreal back in there for the Cougars, and a foul call, I think, away from the ball there. Saeed El, kind of unfortunate one for him. He was caught up against a bigger guy there and just kind of got knocked out of the way. And
they're in the bonus now too.
Talene heads to the free throw line and hits. He was 0 for 2 prior to that one, but he makes that one.
Centennial would like to go into halftime with a little bit of a cushion, up 6-8 points. That would be a very good lead for them going into halftime.
They've played a good ball game so far here, doing, you know, a lot of smart plays, taking for the most part good shots. Saeed El cutting, but it was blocked as Kuznia gets up to stop that one.
Nice. Oh, good D.
Fast break the other way, but we'll get a foul called against Calvin Green, or is it Draper? Yeah, it is going to be Green. Here's a look at the block at the other end. Liam McGreal at the free throw line, and that one is no good. There's a look at Riley Van Buskirk, who's checked in for Centennial. I jumped the gun and had him in there a moment ago. It was Nordquist who's now going to come out. Race Thompson is coming back in for Armstrong. And second free throw is good, so McGreal getting 1 out of 2. And it's 27-21 Centennial here, under 2:15 to go now in this first half. They go right inside to Thompson, spins, his pass was tipped. We're going to get a foul. As Thompson made that pass, his arm was hit pretty good there. So Thompson will go to the line. It's a 1-and-1 still. That's the 9th. So after this, it'll be all 2 shots. Free throw is good. I think sometimes teams have a tendency, you know, you get a little over aggressive. You want to stop Race Thompson. You all know who he is. You all want to get out there and play physical with him, which is good. But they got a little too much that time and got his arm on the pass. Here's Rollins coming back in. Rollins does not have a point tonight. He's a guy that they really could stand to get going. He's their second leading scorer on the season.
He's having a tough time shooting the ball in the first half. I'm sure he'll pick it up in the second half.
Oh, almost a travel there, but Iniger gets the steal anyway. Maybe karma there as they come up with the turnover. Armstrong threw a little trap at him that last time, and it ultimately led to a turnover. Miller drives. They kick it back out to Rollins. Rollins down the baseline. Defender fell. Now Saeed El stepping in for a 14-footer. Won't go. Iniger the rebound in traffic and is fouled. Talene will pick it up as Iniger just wasn't going to let them have a piece of that ball. He kept it moving, and ultimately the foul is called.
Last few possessions, Armstrong has not had to make any field goals. They're getting their points from the line. Centennial has to play defense without fouling.
Iniger's free throw, no good. As we said, for Centennial, nobody with 3 yet, but they've had 4 guys with 2 now, so it still could be an issue for them as the game goes on.
Definitely, because they don't go very deep on their bench, so we'll see if that comes back to haunt them.
Armstrong again coming with the trap. Get it out of there and then down low and turn it over. So the act of speeding them up a little bit, it worked.
Changing the defense, changing the momentum, speeding Centennial up is working now. Great defense.
Thompson will come back in. They're kind of subbing him in for offense and trying to keep him from getting that 3rd foul on the defensive end.
Centennial can't panic. They're still up 3, 1 minute to go in the first half. You're in great position. Don't panic.
Thompson swings it over for Rollins, and that one is good for 3. We'll see if that's the one he needs to get going here as Armstrong fights back to tie it up. And Saeed El will be called for the foul there as he was just a half second late trying to steal that pass. At the line for Centennial, Liam McGreal will head to the free throw line here for the Cougars, try to give them the lead back. Knocks that first one down. That was the 9th team foul, by the way, on the Falcons, so it'll be double bonus the rest of the way here. And he goes 1 for 2 like he did last time. So Cougars by 1, under 40 seconds to go now in this first half. See if Armstrong intends to play for 1 shot. It's kind of looking like it at the beginning of the possession anyway.
I think they will. It's the right play. Look for Saeed El to break his man down, try to create something.
goes to Miller, and his three is good. And that is going to be the half-ender there for the Falcons. So they run it nicely, and Miller gets a three to end the half, and a 30-28 lead for Armstrong. So I think it felt like they kind of were taking the momentum a little bit toward the end of that half.
Changing up the defense, that's what did that. Switching to the half-court trap, that's what changed the momentum of the game. And let's see if they stay with that in the second half.
So Centennial led for most of the way. They're now down by 2. Let's hear what Coach Bledsoe has to say with Allie.
Thanks, Jay. Coach, the game plan was contain race, pack that paint, and protect the perimeter. How did you execute that in the first?
I thought we did a decent job at protecting the paint. They hit some outside shots, and that helped them get the lead back. But I think all in all, we did a great job.
How do you eliminate those second chance points that Armstrong is getting?
We got to be more physical on our box outs. We got to be more aggressive pursuing the ball before it hits the rim, and just get our hands on it.
Do you think this game will come down to the last couple minutes?
I'm hoping so. As long as we take care of business on offense and on defense, we'll be in this game.
Good luck in the second, Coach. Thanks. Guys.
Thanks very much, Allie, and we'll hear from Coach Miller as well coming back into the second half. It is Armstrong 30, Centennial 28. We'll have first half highlights and more for you on CCX Sports.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Welcome back here to Armstrong High School, along with Allie Arlt and Carlo Delamine. I'm Jay Wilcox. 30-28, Armstrong leading Centennial, although the Cougars had the lead for a good chunk of the latter part of that half until Armstrong coming back. We'll take a look at some highlights from that first half. As you can look at Josh McGreal turning and firing. He had a couple of buckets in that first half, but Armstrong overall did a pretty good job against him, it felt like. And here's a look at the other end as Isaiah Miller gets that high arcing three to go for the Falcons as he comes off the bench and pops a couple of them. Great first half really for Eason, and he set up McGreal right there for that shot. And here is a baseline reverse layup for Kuznia. Back out to Eason there. And he had a very solid first half for the Cougars. Saeed El kind of got it going a little bit later in the half as he knocked that one down from three. Was his only bucket. Here's that baseline drive. I got ahead of myself a little bit as the reverse for Kuznia finished it out. Saeed El kicking it, and here is Miller. This was the kind of the buzzer beater for Armstrong that gave them that halftime lead. As you get a look at the scores for the teams, as Eason 9 points off the bench. McGreal and Talene with 6 each. Race Thompson seemed kind of quiet, and he's definitely limping a little bit, but he did have 9. And you see Miller a couple of buckets, both of them threes off the bench for the Falcons. We will take a break and come back here with more from Armstrong High School. The Falcons marching band giving you some halftime color here at Armstrong High School.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls. But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Armstrong leading it by 2. Let's go back now to Allie.
Coach, the last few minutes of the game, Centennial was leading. What did you guys do to be able to bring it back and and lead by 2 at half.
We just got some stops. I really liked our last possession. I thought we were really mature. You know, we didn't force a shot. Devontae trusted his teammate and he knocked it down, but they're a tough team. I knew it would be a 500 team in this league with the competition we play. We did not take them lightly. They're just playing well, and you know, we weren't knocking down many shots either that we can knock down. So I told Rollins he's got to keep shooting the ball, and he did. He made that one. Hopefully that continues in the second half.
Coach, this is a close game. What's it going to come down to in the second?
I think defense. That's our MO. If we can get some defense and get some fast breaks. We haven't fast breaked enough in this, and we have speed advantage. We need to use it.
Good luck in the second, Coach.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Allie, and thanks, Coach Miller. And I thought what he just said kind of echoed what we felt, too.
I think great coaches know how to think the game, and they understand the game. And Coach Miller definitely articulated that, knowing that the change of defense and using their speed is going to be to their advantage. So let's see if they can do it this last 18 minutes in the second half.
Be interesting to see. There you can look at Race Thompson, struggling a little bit. It looked like he got banged up right at the end of the Maple Grove game a little bit, and they were saying, he told Coach that he felt all right, but it's definite that he's, not moving quite as well as he normally does.
Nice.
Wow, first drive, Leiden just attacked until somebody stopped him, and they never did.
And that's what is key. The first 5 minutes of each half, coming out, establishing yourself, letting Armstrong know that you're not going to go away. It was just a great drive. Oh.
Saeed El gets a nice bounce there as he flipped one up. One of those that you might say maybe not the best shot, but when it goes in, you love it.
One good move deserves another good move.
Armstrong by 2.
Oh,
nice pull-up jumper there by Leiden. So he comes out with 2 quick buckets, one on a drive and one on a pull-up.
That was no easy shot. Contested, hand in his face, and he still knocked it down. That was a high-level move, a high-level finish.
Around to Saeed El. Puts it down and lays it in. Nice move.
The hesitation move. Made the defense think he was going left, crossed back over to the right, exploded to the rim.
And there's a steal. He just picked his pocket. Saeed El, a little Euro step there. The tip no good. The thing I like about Saeed El, too, is he's able to do that hesitation without carrying the ball, which so many guys, they want to hesitate and put their hand underneath it. And some officials call it more than others, obviously, but he does a nice job of not doing that.
Great point. I didn't think he needed the fancy finish on that one, but hey.
And try to go inside, taken away by Leiden for Centennial.
Nice.
Leiden, a nice crossover. Thompson jumped out to help out, though. See if they try to get, I was going to say, a touch from McGreal here. He's been relatively quiet in this game. He had a couple fouls, too, which probably limited his minutes. Thompson got a piece of that one, but couldn't track it down. It'll stay with Centennial.
Armstrong is coming out with a little more energy, a little more pep in their step in this second half.
And I think that's what they needed as much as anything. And not that they were necessarily, playing real poorly or anything, but just a little bit of that extra jump. And there's Saeed El with the layup. He has all 3 of their baskets here to start this half. I'm going to say, Devontae, we talked up in the pregame, let's go, and he did.
Yes. Well, great players know when to turn it on. They know when they have to step their game up, and he's doing that.
In traffic, we will get a travel call there as Talene tried to hold that pivot foot as he was surrounded and didn't quite do it apparently there. There's a look. Hostetler getting the steal and kicking it ahead. Saeed El, no dribble needed, flips it in. Rollins back out to Hostetler. Quickly they go inside. Here's Race Thompson spinning with that half hook. Nice move.
Very nice.
At times it almost feels like he's been a little too patient, like he's waiting for the double to come. There's times he could attack before it gets there, and that's what he did there.
Definitely, definitely. This coach tells you before the double team come, go quick before it gets there. He did that time. It was no help to be had on that play. Oh, nice.
Behind the back move, and then Draper will be called for the reach-in foul there as Leiden kind of showcasing his skill early in the second half. There you see what he went, put it on the deck hard right away before the double could get there. McGreal, see if he'll go at Thompson. Now he kicks it back out. And they turn it over as Centennial giving the ball up there. Good help defense is what helped force that one too. Thompson driving it into the lane and scores. Nice finish there by Thompson. But back the other way, they don't get back, and a layup by Kuznia.
I think Coach Bledsoe might have to think about changing up the defense a little bit. Armstrong is getting too many easy buckets in the paint now.
Across to Green, fake the shot now to Thompson. Rollins from the corner is short.
Oh.
Saidel able to run it down though.
Those are the rebounds Centennial has to come up with if they're going to be in this game coming down the stretch.
Saidel stops and fires, but no good. Drive down the middle, no, but a foul, and free throws coming for Tulane as he went on the attack. That'll be 3 on Race Thompson.
They're definitely forcing the issue on Thompson, making him step up, try to block the shot, and he's getting called for the foul.
He seemed genuinely surprised that that call was on him. He was in the vicinity, saying, but
I'm curious to see what Centennial shooting from the free throw line. It seems like they're missing a lot of free throws. If they'd have made the majority of the free throws, I think this game could almost be tied by now.
Tulane will get the second one to go. Greg Miller, I think, was upset that that last foul went on Race Thompson, and it's probably a good thing he turned around to sit down when he did, because I think I had the sense the referee was putting the whistle in to possibly tee him up there, but he decided against it. Yeah. Into Thompson again. He'll go with that right-hand hook, and this time McGreal rebounds. Nice hustle by Green to get back in, and then look at that. Up over that little
I think he runs track. I think he's a track star also.
Now, if he jumps on the scoring table, we'll know where that one came from, right?
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, it's one of my favorite moments in the state tournament. There's McGreal going to the hoop and is fouled.
Again, pressing the issue, initiating the contact. If you initiate the contact, 90% of the time, the foul is going to go on the defense.
And that'll be number 4 on Race Thompson. So now it'll definitely come out.
I think McGreal can even do more of that in the second half. Get to the basket, use his body.
Iniger will come back in.
Let's see if that changes the momentum of the game. Let's see Centennial's body language now as the big guy has to go out.
And McGreal steps up and makes a pair, which is something, as the college said, Centennial has struggled to do, and we are going to get a technical foul on Coach Miller.
You called it. You called it. Sometimes a coach will use a technical foul to fire his team up, to get them going.
So McGreal to the free throw line. Why not? He just made a pair. Adds another one right there.
This game has the making of an interesting finish.
Knocks down 2 in a row. Coach Miller looking at that book.
Okay.
And wanted to verify if those were really 4 of them on Race Thompson. McGreal to the corner and a reach in on Saeed El. The whistle came late, but we had a pretty good angle, and I think it was the right call. He chopped down on the arm. He was trying to steal that dribble.
For sure.
And Armstrong's going to use a timeout, and Greg Miller's going to blow off some steam a little bit here. His team's lead has been cut now to 1 point at 40-39. Well, a lot of things were going well for them when the second half started, and now it's kind of slowly unraveled just a little bit. And obviously, Race Thompson getting that 4th foul is not going to help their cause either.
I think so. I think coaches always want to implement. You can't turn the light switch on and off when you want to, so you have to play the same way. You try to play the same way every time, and I think that's something that Armstrong tried to do. Try to flick the light switch on and blow out Centennial all that one time. But hey, it's over the 36 minutes and not 2 and 3 minutes at a time.
Eason is back in there now for Centennial. He was dynamite off the bench in the first half for the Cougars. We'll see if he can continue that kind of play in the second.
Oh.
And a near steal there. This is going to be a foul on Eason, I believe, as Rollins got to the ball first and knocked it away. And then they collided, and it is on Eason. Actually, probably for Centennial, not such a bad thing, though, because this would have been a layup the other way.
I think he passed the shot up there. Oh, tough call, tough call.
Oh, it is going to be, I'm sorry, it is on Rollins. They're both, yeah. And we will get an illegal screen call right there. And that one is number 3 on Josh McGreal. So maybe it's not just Armstrong. This big guy getting in foul trouble as 25 McGreal called for the illegal screen there. Maybe they're wondering if that was the right call the time before and maybe making up a little, I don't know. Hostetler falls but gets back up now. Isaiah Rollins. To the baseline, Green will shoot, no good, and it climbs over the backboard. It's out of bounds. And Centennial will get it with a chance to take the lead back here. They're down by 1.
Armstrong coming with some full court pressure. Just regular man-to-man pressure. Centennial brings it up easy.
Jumper won't go. McGreal tipping it back out, though, to Leiden. They get another possession.
I think Centennial has to go inside to McGreal. He has an advantage. Oh. Couldn't get that one to go.
Good move, but it drops in and out. I thought that one was going down for the Cougars, but it didn't happen. Iniger, shot fake. Now Hostetler to the middle. One hand hook, a little too strong. Cross to Talene here. Armstrong working harder defensively, I think, than they did for a lot of that first half. Even just on simple plays, they're getting over screens better and things like that. Hostetler rebounds the miss. Here's Rollins. Rollins looking to attack, won't go, but he was fouled. And we'll head to the free throw line here as the official giving the indication that it was a forearm into his side as he went up to shoot. That will be number 3 on Leiden, who came out very strong here to begin the second half with a couple of quick buckets. Rollins missing. Coach Miller noted at halftime that he hoped that 3 that Isaiah made late in the half might get him going a little bit because he's just kind of been struggling. Gets 1 out of 2, and Armstrong leads by 2. Going to be an offensive foul call there on the warding off by Talene. It's a tough call. Let's see if he you know, Miller obviously sold it somewhat, but he also did kind of push off. Yeah, could see it a little bit.
Okay, but both teams, you understand how the referees are calling the game. Okay, you understand that now. It's time to shut up, and it's time to play ball.
Yep. There's Green driving. Oh, and it's going to be an offensive foul as Weifel stood in there and let himself be run over. And you work on those drills, and Green kind of a little half smile there. Yeah, he was set. On the drive, a traveling call there against Talene. Saeed El will come in, and Green out. That was the 3rd foul on Green, by the way, for Armstrong that last charge. So
I would like to see Centennial be a little bit more deliberate in getting the ball inside. They have the advantage. They need to try to utilize that.
Miller is going to let it go, and no good. And there's Agriel up for the rebound there for the Cougars. Left a little short on the drive by Talene. Miller this time decided against shooting that one. Now Hostetler. Got a small lineup out here with Reese Thompson out with those 4 fouls.
Good defense.
Saeed El down the middle and scores it. It kind of helps him in a way to be small and relatively thin. I mean, he just finds those little creases. 4-point Armstrong lead. Agriel wanting it, he gets the ball, but they fouled before the shot on, I believe, on Hostetler. He got caught on the high side in that play. Nice finish there by Saeed El. Help defense didn't get there.
Centennial has the advantage. Armstrong is in the bonus every time on every foul now for the remainder of the half.
And although their team has had some difficulties at the line tonight, this guy is not. Josh McGreal now 7 for 7.
I still would like them to force the ball inside of him, let him play in the post a little bit.
Kuzniak coming back into the lineup here for Centennial, so they are back to within 2 now at 43-41.
Armstrong has gone very small with this lineup on the court.
Jumper missed by Miller. Yeah, now they've even got Hostetler out, so really nobody that you'd consider much presence inside. Draper at 6'2", but
I would like McGreal to recognize that and demand the ball in the post a little bit.
No good there. Draper kept it alive. Saeed El in some traffic, and it'll count.
Nice move.
His 5th field goal here in the second half.
Bringing the ball up, splitting the defense. You can tell he played outside on the playground a little bit with that move. Wasn't an easy finish, but he got it to go.
And the free throw drops in as well. He has been fantastic here in the second half, and it's a 5-point Armstrong lead, which for this game qualifies as a pretty big lead, it seems like.
And it is, 2-possession lead.
McGreal coming out to meet it, now driving that ball hard, and he finishes. There's what you said.
With this lineup out there, he can be the king of the court if he really wanted to.
Miller with it on the baseline. And his pass was tipped. They were fortunate not to turn that one over. So Rollins will inbound here for the Falcons, leading it by 3. Draper looking for the reverse. It's in and out. Nice move, but just couldn't get it to go. McGreal again going to drive it now, this time kicking it over, and there is Eason waiting for 3. So just when you start to think Armstrong might pull away a little bit, here comes Centennial with 5 quick points. They've evened it up at 46.
That was a great offensive possession right there, drawing the defense to you, kicking it out to your natural scorer, natural shooter. He knocked it down.
Another look as McGreal did a good job of putting it on the court and then kicking it.
And that's the big guy making that play for you.
And a lot of times when you practice, you know, jump shots, you're practicing from a standstill spot like that. You're ready to load up and you take shots, and that's why it's good to catch it in rhythm. You've had so many repetitions of doing that throughout your life and throughout your high school career.
Definitely.
So Coach Bledsoe has to be feeling good about the way his team has battled back a little bit, and they didn't come here to stay close. They came here to win this game too, and they've certainly got a shot. They've played well.
Coach Bledsoe is coaching a great game. He's controlling the tempo. He's had some help from Thompson being in foul trouble, but he's coaching the perfect game. He's keeping his team in the game. Tied game with 8 minutes left. I think you asked it before the game. This score at this time in the game, he would take it hands down.
Yep, absolutely. And Armstrong basketball here as they've seen Centennial race back to tie them up. Here's Calvin Green's going to let it go from the corner. No good. Iniger the rebound. So they get it back and see how long they stay with Race Thompson on the bench here. He has 4 fouls, so probably for a little while yet, I would think, maybe around the 4-minute mark or so. Rollins a pull-up, no good. Batted away. And it will be Cougars basketball.
Armstrong coming with the full court pressure. Just man-to-man. I would like to see them to continue to go inside, force the issue.
A traveling call there.
And that's what a little bit of ball pressure does for you. You get a guy nervous who's not usually comfortable with handling the ball in such an open area, and you get a fumble, you get a turnover every now and then. That's why you continually to have defensive ball pressure.
Green to Iniger. Hostetler back in there now for Armstrong. Goes to Green. Into the lane and back over to Iniger. Hostetler will shoot it up, and it was blocked. Leiden got out there to get a piece of that one. So the Cougars a chance to take the lead back here. Van Buskirk is in there handling number 1. Here's a drive to the hoop. Layup good there for Kuzniak. Centennial back up by 2.
Looks like Centennial's playing everyone for the drive. They really don't have a knockdown shooter out there right now, so you have to try to contain your man off the dribble.
Rollins the miss. Leiden the rebound, and he brings it into the front court here for Centennial. Leiden drives and dishes, and McGreal with the dunk.
Big time pass, big time finish. Centennial is ready for this last 6 minutes of this stretch of the half.
Great feed, especially since Leiden last time drove it in and scored. They were waiting for that, and a wraparound pass. McGreal caught it in stride and finished strong. Pull up from Green from 15, and a nice answer there for Armstrong.
That was a big-time shot at a big-time key possession that they needed, a hoop.
tight defensively. Going to be an over and back.
Defensive ball pressure. Defensive ball pressure would do that.
Play
Great
of the
pass.
night so far here. And McGreal finishing it strong. Really nice pass. Smart for Hostetler not to take the foul there because he was going to be too late to really stop the play anyway, I think. Cougars felt like Eason was bumped, and that led to that over and back, but the official did not see it that way, so Armstrong ball. Grace Thompson is back in now for Armstrong and gets the ball in deep and reposts and goes, drops it off to Hostetler, can't finish in traffic. Grace Thompson got it back, had it stripped, but it was a foul. And Thompson will go to the free throw line here, and Buskirk will be called for the foul, and Thompson will have a chance to tie it up from the line.
You said Thompson was going to come back around the 4-minute mark. I think them going down a couple of possessions forced Coach Miller to put him back in a little bit early. Let's see if he can stay on the court for the last 5 minutes.
Draper comes back in. The other problem you can kind of run into is if a guy sits for really long, even a really good player, it's hard to get back in the flow. Thompson makes a pair, and it's even up at 50 apiece. And this one really turning into a exciting ball game down the stretch here, as we thought it might be.
Armstrong changed the defense again. Oh,
tried to go into McGreal, but in traffic, knocked away and controlled by Saidel. Falcons can take the lead back. Green will give it inside to Race. Thompson, nice move, but left it a little short on the left-handed reverse layup.
And I think that was a result of him being on the bench so long. He's not loose, he's not warm, and he just left it short.
Kicked over to Stalin, and it is good. Knocks down a three. The Cougars take the lead back.
Each team is battling, getting after it, making big play after big play. This is going to be a great finish coming down to the end.
Thompson kicks it over. Saidel from the corner hits the top of the backboard. Drive down the middle, and Thompson had to let him go with those 4 fouls, and Leiden lays it in. 5-point Centennial lead. Kick back over to Rollins. He'll take a 3, and no good. Cougars board it.
Good decision, good decision.
Bring it back out. They want to attack against Thompson. The miss. And the jumper won't drop. Armstrong a chance for a run out, and then a foul committed. Van Buskirk fouls Draper. All things considered, maybe not such a bad plan there to stop that fast break.
Definitely.
And I believe that's the 6th foul on Centennial, so not free throw just yet. Yeah, wasn't sure if they had changed it yet, but so they'll inbound in the backcourt. They'll be in the bonus from here on. But Armstrong right now, obviously not time to panic by any means, but you don't want to fall behind by any further. I think they're a little bit caught off guard by this surge by the Cougars. Inside to Thompson. He'll turn, go to the right hand. It's short. Draper, though, a big rebound, but couldn't finish in traffic. Ooh, and they almost threw that one away. Eason was falling out of bounds, but got the pass away. Oh, stripped away. Saidel up with it after Green got a piece of it, but it's going to be a double dribble. No bucket. They had the layup, and College, he spotted that when he put that left hand on it quick.
Great defense here. I guess he just thought he lost him. Oh,
yeah.
Getting his rhythm, getting his steps together, took the dribble. When you're going that fast, sometimes that's going to happen. He's such a speedy player, such a fast player. unfortunately, he got called for the double dribble.
Good job by the official to get down there and see that one.
That was a good hustle.
Saidel thought, hey, that's what I like. That's my move, but no go. That's a big one. They get momentum and get a layup there, and just kind of lost his train of thought a little bit, it looked like. So timeout with 2:47 to go, and the Falcons down by 5.
Still a long time to play, 2:47. You have to get stops if you're Armstrong. Continue that tight ball pressure. It's been working for you the whole second half. Continue that up, get a stop, and go from there.
If you're Armstrong right now, you're probably saying in that huddle a little bit, I need urgency but not panic. We need to go at them hard, but still be making the right plays. Nearly 3 minutes is still a long time to go.
Definitely. You've been in this position before in the season, so you have to have learned from prior games being in this position. So do what's smart, do the right play, make the right play.
Centennial's got a pretty experienced team right now, and they're, for the most part, playing like it, doing the things they need to do. I mean, yes, they've had a couple of turnovers with that ball pressure, but Eason chased back outside, had a little trouble with the handle, but nice job by McGreal to come out and relieve the pressure.
They really don't look comfortable under that ball pressure.
Foul call here on Draper. And so it'll be free throws here for McGreal. And again, this is the one guy, especially tonight, that you don't want to foul, as he's been dynamite at the line.
These are some big free throws coming up. Have an opportunity to go up 3 possessions in this game, like you said, that's a lot of points. That's a big lead. So let's see if McGreal can do that.
$16 points already, and he calmly knocks that one down. The lead is 6 here for Coach Bledsoe and the Cougars. And he does indeed make it a 3-possession game with a pair. 57-50, biggest lead for Centennial, and it comes at a good time. 2:20 to go. Miller wanting to look inside to Thompson. Nice shot fake there by Green, and shoots the 3, but it's in and out. McGreal the rebound. Things looking good for the Cougars right now. 2 minutes to go, and they're up 7. Here's the drive, no good, and Armstrong a chance. Green. Here's Rollins. He was fouled, and the hoop will count. Oh boy, just exactly what Centennial didn't want there. Rollins will get a chance for a 4-point play.
CJ, I really didn't think Centennial needed to take that shot down here. There was a rush shot, and consequently came down, chance for a 4-point play. Coach Bledsoe has to be upset right now.
Extra pass to the corner, and he got it to drop despite being hit by Kuznian. Rollins coming up with a big 4-point play. Armstrong now to within 3. Boy, their fortunes have turned in a hurry here. Crowd making more noise than they have all night. Centennial playing keep away.
Get out the corner.
And timeout by Coach Bledsoe. Nice step through that double team, but I could see where he thought his guy was in trouble there, so he'll take a timeout with 1:27 left. Boy, they were feeling confident when it got to 7, but it just changed in a hurry. Now you can see Centennial really sweating it here, trying to protect the ball.
You would think 7 points would be a comfortable lead with under a minute to go or under 2 minutes to go, but that's the beautiful thing about basketball. You're never out of the game no matter how big of a deficit you're facing. And big teams and great players make good plays when they need them.
Armstrong shown an ability to force some turnovers too, so I don't think they need to really think about fouling right now. They can look to get a trap or just force a turnover. McGreal comes out to get it. Iniger bodying up on him. Knocked away, but a foul called against Armstrong, and McGreal will go to the line. Going to be against Green, which will be his fourth. So McGreal, you could see Centennial wanted to get the ball into his hands, and that time he's not able to knock down the free throw. Thompson will come back in now for Armstrong to be available at the offensive end. Second one is good, so he makes it a 4-point game.
If you're Armstrong, you don't need a three.
Thompson will take a three, though, and no good. Rollins a rebound. Miller for three. That's no good. And boarded by the Cougars. Under a minute to play. McGreal. Will he go at Thompson? Nope, going to kick it back out. And Eason is fouled there. They'll get Saidel for the foul. It'll be his fourth, and so Centennial, if they can make free throws, should be in a decent position here down the stretch. It's Eason that'll go to the line. Eason had that huge first half. He has one three-pointer in the second half and way short on the free throw there. Free throw good there for Eason, so he gets 1 out of 2. So a 5-point lead here for the Cougars. Saidel is going to pull up and shoot it. No, the tip by Thompson is good. And a quick timeout. 3-point lead here for Centennial. So timeout taken with 35 seconds left here. Armstrong needed that quick bucket that they got, but now in the position of either needing to force a turnover quick or commit a foul and send them to the line.
I think Coach Miller is looking for a quick steal, but if you can't do that, get a quick steal, you might want to foul right away.
Obviously, McGreal's been a guy who's been very hot at the free throw line. He did miss 1 out of 2 the last time around, but it's nice when you have, one of your bigger guys that can come and handle the ball out there a little bit and relieve the pressure, and then also is a good free thrower.
The big key right now is no matter what Coach Bledsoe just drew up in the huddle, you have to get the ball inbounds first. That's the key. You have to get the ball inbounds.
Eason will throw it in here for the Cougars.
And he can run the baseline. He can.
Gets it in. Talene, ooh, a dangerous pass. Long throw ahead, and the layup is good for Kuznia. So the Cougars break it. They're up 5. Out to Thompson for 3, and it's good. 11 seconds left. Armstrong back to within 2.
Big-time players make big-time shots.
Race Thompson hits 1,000 points for his career on that three-pointer right there. Came in needing 19, and he now has 20. Unfortunately for the Falcons, you'd rather it was coming in, you know, a game when you were ahead or you had a little time to celebrate. But right now, obviously, that has to take a back burner here.
Again, for Centennial, getting the ball inbounds is going to be key. And I think for Armstrong, if you can't get a steal right away, you have to foul.
Centennial actually got the ball in relatively easy last time. I think Armstrong would definitely be looking for the opportunity to at least get a hand on the ball. As you see Thompson reaching 1,000. Thompson will be guarding the inbounder. And again, as Khaled said, you can run the baseline if needed. And sometimes that can do a lot to get you free of a big guy. They get it inbounds again very easily, and McGreal just waits to be fouled.
I think that's 5.
Are they calling on Saeed El or Thompson? Looks like, yeah, number 5 on Saeed El. So 16 points he'll foul out with, and McGreal goes to the free throw line.
Good shot.
3-point game now. If he hits this one, it would go a long way towards sealing it for the Cougars. No good. Armstrong has a chance. Down by 3. Thompson stops, fires, and hits. We're tied up. And the Cougars, let's see, did they grant them a timeout? Looks like Centennial might have been given a timeout. I don't think the game is over.
Bledsoe was calling a timeout with like 2 seconds left. It's just amazing how the moment can spur a big-time player to rise to the occasion. This is his second three-point shot going to the left. Almost a nice step back. Contested hand in his face. Having the confidence to shoot that and knocking it down. Big-time play.
They're going to put it, looks like 1.5 seconds back on the clock for Centennial.
And for Centennial, that's enough time to catch, take one dribble, and get off a quality shot. They don't need to just heave it out there on the catch. You have a time to take a dribble and get a nice quality shot off.
For them, the importance now becomes, you know, how long of an inbound pass and how clean of an inbound pass can you get.
Wow.
Race Thompson raises him up from the dead there. I thought there was no way they had a chance to still come back. That missed free throw was big, and then he comes down and pops a 3.
We've been saying the way the game's been going is going to make for an entertaining finish, and it definitely has lived up to that. I think they're going to heave the ball down the length of the court. Yep.
Eason throwing McGreal for the win, but no, and we're headed to overtime.
I think he had a time to take that dribble to get his feet up under him. But hey, it's easier said than done up here than from down there.
Wow, what a finish in regulation. It looked like Armstrong was down for the count there, and Race Thompson able to knock down, well, the first 1-3 to bring him within range, and then popping another one. That's what, you know, you 6'8" and can shoot the ball from out there. He's able to get up over the defender a little bit. He used a little bit of a nudge to get himself some room, and hats off to that shot.
He's not doing that from catching and shooting. He's doing that from off the dribble. That's not an easy shot to make with a hand in your face. It goes to show how much time he has been in the gym. He's been working on that, developing his skill. And no wonder he's highly talented from all the major D1 schools.
Another look at this tying 3 from Race Thompson. Now when you get to overtime, you think, does the momentum carry over, or does Centennial kind of right the ship a little bit? Because because they have to be kind of shocked that they didn't win already. But
in this game of basketball, you have to have short memory. So yes, you were up 2 possessions at the end of regulation, and Armstrong was able to tie the game up. But it's new life now. 4 minutes to play. You have to continue to be aggressive. Remember, Thompson has 4 fouls, so you have to continue to attack him and do what you've been doing, taking great shots, being aggressive, and let's see what happens in this 4 minutes.
that's something that can, really help a team grow up. Case in point, the Gophers the other night, it looked like they maybe were going to have Michigan put away. They make a big 3 and send it to OT, but Minnesota came out and played confidently in overtime and got the win. So McGreal and Thompson will jump it up here. Thompson controls the tip. We're underway in overtime, tied up at 62. Inside it comes to Thompson. Hostet will give it back. Race Thompson shooting a 3 and in and out.
Wow. This guy doesn't lack confidence at all.
That one was halfway down. So now Centennial, you were in a spot, looks like almost a little 2-3 zone here for Armstrong, maybe to keep Thompson on the court.
Very good strategy. Very good strategy. If I was Centennial, I would hold the ball also. I would make them come out that zone. Don't attack it. Make them match up. Don't make it easy on them. It's not a shot clock. Nice.
Drive to the baseline and McGreal finishes. Nice penetration by Leiden to set up that hoop.
Very under control. Came to a jump stop and was able to find the open man because he was under control.
And at the other end, Rollins converting off the feed from Thompson. We're tied up again at 64.
Nice.
Turnaround by McGreal from the free throw line is good. And he has continued to shoot the ball confidently as well. 2-point lead.
I think McGreal has a total package also.
Thompson doubled, gets it over to Rollins and off the glass and good.
Did he even look at the basket for that shot? Wow.
That was really thrown up over his head, it looked like.
Wow.
66 all here, 2:05 to go in OT.
This has been a fantastic game with fantastic plays by each team.
Boy, and you're not seeing anybody act real nervous that they're in overtime either. Oh. There's McGreal with short on the jumper, tried to get it back but couldn't. 4 on 2 here. Green stops and shoots and scores. Armstrong back in front for the first time in a long time, 68-66. Into McGreal, turning and in and out. Thompson the rebound. So they are attacking, but McGreal not able to get that one to go, and also not able to get that foul on Thompson, which he would like to do.
Yeah.
Thompson with it out high here for the Falcons.
Now Armstrong is going to go take some time off the clock in this possession. Very smart, great strategy. Makes Centennial come out and play. Open up some driving lanes to the basket. Or run the clock out.
Down to 50, yeah. They'd be willing to just keep doing this until the end of the game if Centennial doesn't come at them hard. And there's a foul taken as Green made the pass. And Talene will be called for the foul. It'll send Green to the free throw line.
At the line for the Falcons, number 20, Calvin Green. He'll shoot 1-1.
Still not in the double bonus. It is a 1-and-1 yet for Calvin Green here. So that's one good thing for Centennial, that they've got a chance to get a miss here and get a rebound. But Green says no thanks as he hits the free throw. One more coming now for Calvin Green.
Centennial has to box out.
clutch pair of free throws there. 6 points for Green. Armstrong by 4. In a game that really looked like they might be done.
Easton has to be ready to catch and shoot once he gets it.
Goes down low instead to McGreal, and he gets the layup. So they score, and they score pretty quickly. Pull back within 2. And Rowlands was fouled. That, I believe, will be number 5 on Talene, but obviously a gamble you need to take in that spot. So he'll foul out with 10 points, but a good effort right there. And now Armstrong's Rowlands will go to the free throw line. No good on the free throw, and the Cougars have a good shot here. 20 seconds to go. They're down by 2.
Look for Easton on this possession.
And a timeout taken by Coach Bledsoe. 15 seconds left, and the Cougars with an opportunity here to tie or go ahead if they can hit a 3. Anytime you start to think one team maybe has it wrapped up a little bit, it just isn't working out that way.
That makes up for a great game. It'll be interesting to see if Armstrong stays in that zone or if they're going to match up now.
If you're Centennial here, I mean, sure, you'd like to get a 3 for the win, but I think you have to be looking at a good available shot wherever it is.
You have to take the best shot available at the time. And I was shooting at about 5 seconds to go to give myself a chance to get an offensive rebound or a putback. Let's see what Coach Bledsoe draws up.
McGreal has obviously been the go-to guy down the stretch here, and they would probably at least like to, get him a touch here and maybe get a chance to go.
I think they're matching up.
Yeah, looks like man-to-man out of the timeout. So here we go. Cougars down by 2, 10 seconds to go. Eason waves McGreal out of there. Now under 5, they're going to have to get a shot up. Eason kicks it over. Here's the shot. No! And Armstrong will hang on for a 70-68 win. Fantastic ball game. Armstrong coming into this one, Colin, was, probably the favorite and whatnot, but Centennial played such a great game. And then Armstrong, though, just kind of getting up off the mat when it looked like they might be done.
Well, when you have a superstar in Race Thompson, no deficit is too big to overcome. Making those big-time plays as he did at the end of regulation, he willed his team to this victory. You can see what type of player he is and what he's going to be. This is why all the Division I schools want him, and you can see the respect that Centennial has for him because of his efforts on the court.
So Armstrong pulling out a big W here tonight, their 17th win of the season in dramatic fashion, to say the least here, as it looked like they were not going to have a chance to come back in this one. Centennial had gone up 7 fairly late in the game. They got that 4-point play, which you kind of forget after Thompson's big shot, but that Rowlands 4-point play kind of got him started, didn't it?
Yes, big shots are contagious.
So a 70-68 win for the Falcons. We'll take a little break here and come back with our post-game show here from Armstrong High School on CCX Sports.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Well, fans sure got their money's worth tonight. Armstrong pulling it out 70-68 after it looked like Centennial might have this one. Let's go down to Allie.
With Race Thompson here. Race, there are 11 seconds left in the game. You get the ball, you put up a three-pointer, you drill it, and it's your 1,000th career point. I feel like you didn't even really get a chance to celebrate it, but thinking about it now, how huge was that?
It was a big shot for our team, but, you know, it's just part of the game, 1,000 points, but it's an accomplishment for me, but also just getting the win is the biggest thing for me.
So quick foul right after that play. They make one of two free throws, so now it's a three-point game. The ball goes back in your hands with 1.5 seconds left. You get back-to-back threes, bringing this game into overtime. Talk about that play.
You know, my coach had faith in me to take the shot, so I took it, and it happened to go in for this one time, and it's a great shot, and it's happened to fall for us, and we tied it up, went to overtime, and won the game.
Foul trouble kept you on the bench there for a while. Talk about how your team really stepped up in your absence there throughout this game.
They stepped up a lot. Really happy with what they did and kept us in the game. So when I came in, I hit the shot at the end, and we went overtime and won the game.
Why was this game so competitive? The intensity was through and through the entire game. It was never easy on either side.
We just came off a tough loss on Maple Grove, and we kind of started out the game slow, and we finally came over and just won the game.
Race, what does this win say about your team as you guys got coming behind you with that 1,000 sign?
What can you say that again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all good. What does this win say about your team? It's a very competitive conference, but this win was a big one.
That we're never going to give up at the end of the games. We're not going to just stop fighting because we're down by 6 or 7 points. We're always going to keep fighting to the final horn.
You got some guys who want to celebrate that 1,000 points. Why don't you go celebrate with them? Thanks, Race. Guys.
Thanks, Allie, and thanks, Race. Congratulations on the milestone, and as he said, even bigger is the win. Yeah, great comeback. You know, if you're Armstrong, you say maybe we made it tougher than we wanted to, but it's the kind of game that I think all these guys are going to remember.
Definitely, and I think this type of game, close game, it builds character. It gets you ready for the final stretch of the season, and it's just a great win. Take your hats off to Centennial. They played a great game. They just weren't able to finish coming down the stretch, and Armstrong was victorious.
So 17th win of the year for the Falcons, and they're 14-2 in the conference now, and 23 for Thompson, 26 points for Josh McGreal in the loss for Centennial. So we hope you've enjoyed tonight's telecast here from Armstrong High School. For Colin Elamine, Allie Arlton, all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from Plymouth.